Doing? Let's go. All right, so Mariah has built this beautiful multi-million-dollar studio in McDonough, Georgia called Sleek Co-working Space and Media Center. And so I thought, why not talk about and run down them darn girls here at Sleek. Prepare for the mess.
Yes! Auntie Buffie!
Yes! Come through, legs!
Yes, I am saying how to snack.
This is interesting, honey, yes.
Mwah.
Hi!
Looking great. You look even better.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good.
I would say welcome to Sleek, but you've been here.
I've been here many, many times, and I'm gonna be here because it's my new permanent residence.
I think it's your southern address.
It's my southern address.
Yes, South Atlanta.
So, surprise, surprise! Guess what, guys, nieces and nephews? This is the premiere episode of our new weekly podcast called The Receipt Room, baby!
The Receipt Room.
We're going to be breaking down all the hot topics, all the politics, all of the tantalizing drama that's going on in the world.
Tantalizing.
And we'll be providing what, Miss Mariah?
Receipts. Receipts, invoices, bills, whatever we may call for on an audit.
And, my former accounting practice would be very happy to audit all of these receipts that would be brought before us.
However, let's be clear. This is not a stage or platform where we're just going to throw people under the bus.
I might.
Or under the train or anything like that. This is an opportunity for people to be able to share their piece, give their side of the story, as well as bring receipts.
That we will calculate and show you all with our broadcast.
But as Buffy said, we are covering a lot of topics. Many we love. Many we love.
It's not going to just be reality TV. We're going to talk about politics. Mariah and I know everything. She has a journalism background and I'm an accountant. So, baby, get ready to strap in for our weekly podcast called The Receipt Room.
The Receipt Room. And listen, we're starting this. This is new for me, this podcast world. Yay. So you will get a lot of sidebar conversations with me. Remember that. First of which camera am I on? Because I do not know. I need to know. Okay.
Oh, I'm looking at
you're
the
going to hear
wrong
her say, Rich. Rich the dude.
Rich, where am I looking? Rich,
when we say Rich.
There, so I'm looking the wrong place.
Yeah, but it's all love.
It's all love. So let's cheers to our new endeavor.
You think we are cheering? Yes, we are.
Yes. You keep that good wine over here at Sleek, honey.
I do. What is first on the roster?
Portia.
Portia Williams?
Portia Gubadi? I don't know. What's her last name today?
Gubadi. I have to say it like Gubadi.
Gubadi. I think she went back to Williams on her Instagram.
That's not a good sign, Buffy.
She didn't invite me to her wedding, so yeah, Portia, I'm pissed with you.
Shit.
Well, she invited. I didn't get an invitation.
Shamia invited me to her wedding, but not Portia.
Oh,
but we didn't get to go. We really wanted to go, though. We planned on going.
Well, so she's getting divorced.
Hold on, you can't just start like that. We like marriage. They were married for, like a couple years, right?
I think 14 months, maybe 16 months, something, 18 months, something like that.
And had like 3-4
huge multi-million-dollar weddings, which I wasn't invited to. No,
I mean, there was an African wedding, a Real Housewives
wedding, ceremony, yes. And beautiful
might
gowns.
have did a Bangladeshi wedding.
Who knows? She was gorgeous. It was wonderful. And, she has lived this storied life via Instagram with this very wealthy scammer.
That was previously married when she met him.
Correct. To Fallon, who was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they went to the house to the pool party, and Portia probably determined this is about to be my new life.
Or he chose her.
Wanted it too. But that
While
lady
he was
lost her
still married.
husband. All I know is that lady lost her husband.
Yeah.
So then they started this beautiful marriage, and now it's sadly coming to an end. Now, we heard that Miss Portia is coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Wait a minute, I need to hear more about the marriage. We got to take our time on this one.
Okay.
Portia has a lot of layers, and
So
I
many.
love Portia.
So many. I love her
I
too.
do. We all do.
We do.
But we got to break down these layers. So
Okay.
get back to it, Buffy.
Okay, so the divorce, apparently he's been applying for.
Did he filed or did she file?
She filed. Portia filed for divorce.
Okay. Give me more.
Apparently he doesn't have a green card.
Wait a minute. Let me scoot the mic a little close. He ain't got no green card. He was all
Apparently-
up on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Apparently he ain't got no papers.
What?
He ain't got no papers. And so the people in the streets is talking, was this a marriage for that or what? What's the tea? But
He was already, he doesn't have his
I don't know.
papers?
The reason he don't have the papers, allegedly,
Allegedly.
is because of his scamming background and past.
Now on the podcast, don't we have to do a big allegedly?
Everything we say is alleged.
Yeah, we have to do it in a big way. Allegedly.
Alleged.
So anytime you say allegedly, you have to say allegedly.
Allegedly.
You have to do extra credit, honey.
So
Okay.
allegedly, but for real, but allegedly,
Uh-huh.
he's had a career as a scammer for about 20 years, and it's caught up with him.
And
he-
has been in the United States of America.
correct, all this time without papers, and he owes some airline that they've been flying all around the world.
The private one.
The private airline, $9 million.
Portia have lived how long was they married again? Look,
I don't
16,
know, child,
18 months.
16, 18
The
months.
best 18 months
Right.
of her life.
Right.
And she probably is done, honey. Done.
But the tea is the bill for the $9 million might have been when he was married with Fallon also. So some of them trips might have been with Fallon on the...
Well, that's good because Portia ain't got to give up none of her Real Housewives of Atlanta coin.
So this is
since she's going back. Yes, honey. Portia keeping the coins, honey. That's them people business. That's
Right.
Fallon and his
Right.
and her husband.
Right.
Ex-husband's
Portia
business.
is being very smart. Now, she is smart. She said, keep that prenuptial agreement the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you keep what you had, and I keep what I had. Keep me out of whatever said lawsuits you about to get. So she's being very smart in that regard because she ain't trying to pay his debt.
I don't think Portia knew about a lot of stuff. I know, you know what? People are going to say I'm crazy, but I swear to you, I do not believe, I love Portia, but I do not believe she knew about a lot of the stuff. And the reason is we just said it was such a short little interaction they had. He was married to somebody else, unless we think that they knew each other from way back when. How could she? I don't think guys like Simon pull all those cards out. Why would you? He won Portia over by the fancy cars, the lifestyle,
coins. Yep.
the fugazi.
The fugazi.
So why would she know? I think when she found out, she probably was hit the fans or hit the floor because Portia is one of those girls who loves love.
She does. She does
She
love
does.
love, and she does love this man, and she fixed him all up, got them teeth fixed up right. He looked like a different person.
He
will
looked the same to me.
I will say this though.
Yeah, money and all.
I will say this. Portia ain't gonna put up with nothing without some coins behind it. I'm just gonna say that.
Well,
and
he
I'm not
came
saying
through with the coinage.
right,
He
but
came
when the
through.
coins drained up, Portia probably was like, "It's enough." And then the lawsuits piling on. It's love. What's love got to do with
ain't
it?
nobody finna deal with the
Ain't nobody
lawsuits.
dealing with all that. I wouldn't
It
either.
seemed too much.
Right. So that's what's going on with the divorce.
Yeah.
Now, Real Housewives.
Now, do you think she just got a divorce when she found out about these things and did not want to jeopardize her coinage, her bag, since she had signed on for the Housewives of Atlanta?
I think she.
Because she got a cute little bag.
I'm sure she got a cute
Yeah.
little bag, and she got a deal for other productions she can do with Bravo. I think Portia's a smart girl, and she's protecting her bag. And I think you can be in love, and that's fine, and that's all good. But what we're not gonna do is have your scamming past come into my life. And there may be something
No,
else
I
because
don't
he done
think it's
already
scammers
moved on.
either.
He done already moved on with another woman, allegedly. Allegedly,
Damn,
he's
he-
already moved.
I mean, Simon can take the whole segment. He got too much going on.
Yeah, for them teeth.
So where do you see this going with them? Do you think she's going to get a
Yes,
divorce?
I think she's
Do you
fully-
think this is just for the show?
No.
Since she's going back.
No, I think the people in the streets think that it's just for the show. I think that, like you said, she loves love. She was in love. She loved that lifestyle. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I am not shaming her for that because I
Nothing.
love my lifestyle too, and you love your lifestyle too, honey.
do.
So I just think she's like, I don't have time for that. She's happy in in her life and she's moving on. And so it's going to be great reality TV for
So you
us.
think Portia is done with Simon?
I do. I believe she's done with him.
I don't think she's done
You
with
don't?
it yet.
I think she's done
I
with him.
think that she's done with the drama and the fanatics of it all, but I don't think she's done.
You think it's a divorce of convenience? So
I
she can
think
protect
Portia
her
will
assets.
be right back in Dubai or Abu Dhabi or wherever he asks her to come. They may not remain married, and they may split the assets. But I think that she loved the lifestyle that he could, provide
But what if
her.
he can't provide
Unless
that
it
lifestyle no more?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see.
I feel like if he can't provide that lifestyle anymore, it's a wrap.
So what do you think? You might be right. Now, the lifestyles, now, I do believe that part. If he can't provide the lifestyle.
coins have
But
dried up.
nobody's ever said that. Nobody's ever said the Simon's coin.
Well, how he can't pay the $9 million? I mean, if you got the coin, pay your bill.
No, well, he worked for some of the richest, most savviest people that
Scammers? Allegedly.
No, allegedly, some of the most paid people in his side of the land, and
Then why he ain't paying his
they say he
bills?
was like a laundromat. He washed it. And,
Oh, that's
So
a good
I'm
business,
just-
allegedly.
so I think Portia is be fine long as she stay out. Now me, I couldn't deal with it.
Me either.
I couldn't look
I don't
over
need
my
the drama.
shoulder. When I'm looking cute, I want to look forward, not backwards.
Right. I
Mm-mm.
want my
I
card to
feel
go
like-
through when I charge.
And she is such a beautiful spirit
She
inside
is.
and out. She's a sweet girl. She's raising a daughter. She don't need that shit.
Beautiful little girl. No, she
Everything that look good ain't good.
Right.
We're
what you
joking
think?
about it.
So what you think?
I think she's gonna keep going back for the coin. I think he's gonna send
I
her
disagree.
beautiful cars. I mean that we can't pronounce and
Oh, we
all
can
types
pronounce
of
it.
bad. I'm just no. I think it's a different level of coin and some of those places. I do.
I think she's on to the next one. And good for you, Portia. That's what I
Or
think.
maybe she's back to the last one. Hey, Dennis. A hard-working man. Yeah, go back to the
hot dog man.
franchise.
He got money, shoot.
Look, Portia ain't too cute to sell a goddamn hot dog.
She
They're good
isn't.
to me.
Yeah, she
all
isn't.
beef. How
All
about
beef.
that?
All beef.
Where's the beef?
I'll be. What do you think about her joining the RHO cast again?
I feel like it is amazing. I think it's great. I think she's needed.
I
like Portia. She's young. She's
yeah.
fun.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
gives
I
fashion.
do.
She gives body. She has
She
a little
does.
girl. She travels the world. I'm a little disappointed because I wanted to see this lifestyle with Simon.
You did?
Yeah. They didn't have that. Them girls don't have that.
Yeah, you're right.
And that was going to be
It's
a different level for Housewives of Atlanta, I think. But now it's just going to be like a messy divorce and like. But I mean, she runs it. She's a good girl for TV.
I think only so much of it they're going to be able to show.
Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
mean, for real. Now we're dealing with ICE. That's a whole different chapter.
You don't have no papers. That's
Yeah,
true.
that's
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah, for real.
What's another level of Miss Portia?
So I think another level is I don't even want to say it. Her and my girl Nene are having, or maybe Nene has a bit of disdain right now for Portia.
A bit.
A bit of disdain right now for Miss Portia. She was on I don't know, she was called in for a show
Right.
on Netflix, and apparently Portia didn't want to work on the show.
Yeah, so Nene said she showed up to the set of the Upshaws and picked a gown that she was going to wear, and it was silver. And they said, oh, well, Portia's going to wear a silver dress. And Nene was like, that's fine. I'll change to something else. And then by the time she went to set, they had somebody else. They called her and they asked Nene, do you mind? Do you have a problem with Cynthia Bailey? Do you have a problem with Marlo Hampton? And she was like, no. Kim Zolciak-Bierman. She was like, I don't have a problem with any of the girls. And so they ended up casting Cynthia. She later found out that Portia allegedly said she didn't want to work with Nene because of their prior relationship issues. But I thought we saw them out hanging with their husbands. And,
Nene loved Portia.
yeah.
Of all of those girls, I can tell you for a fact
So what's up
what
with
she
that?
said to me. She loves Portia, and I think a part of her felt like if she couldn't count on anybody else there,
count
if
on
she
Portia.
went back, her and Portia could kiki leg smack. So I thought that was a trip because when I heard it, I was actually a little hurt.
Yeah.
Because it may be more to it than we know.
Like Bravo behind it. You ain't gonna say that, but I might
No,
say it.
it's not that. I really feel like maybe it could have been more with Portia. Maybe they didn't tell her that another person from Unscripted was going to be on the screen, or she felt like they were making it too reality. But I think for her and Nene to be as cordial and as close as they are, you don't go and tell the director that. I mean, like they should have conversed about it. And then I don't know what problems they had. If Nene's been at her wedding, I saw them in Dubai together.
Yeah, they've been traveling together, hanging out. I see them all the time on the internet with Nene's on again, off again boyfriend, and with So it was a shock.
It was,
and I can only imagine how Nene feels.
And then you got to think people don't talk about her, or we're not. I don't know. You know, it's been kind of quiet, but Nene this is a big chapter for her. Yeah. Because her life has changed, not being on the Housewives, being on there for 17 years?
Building the show.
Losing a husband, her son, dealt with a lot of health issues. She thought, seeing her go through that, my heart went out to her. So I think for Portia, one of the people she actually believed in and believed was a friend, to go and tell a director, because Nene's jobs, they've run shorter. It's tough to get jobs in the entertainment business. So,
and Nene likes acting. She loves acting.
She does.
Yeah, that's very hurtful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with you, Portia, darling. I love you, but...
So let me ask you this. In that scenario, do you think that Nene, because you saw it, on YouTube?
No, I saw it on the gram.
Oh, you saw it on Instagram? So I saw it on YouTube.
Okay.
So do you think that Nene should have called Portia or said something to her?
I think Portia should have called Nene and said, look, I got this first, no shade, sis, but I don't want to share the limelight, or, my new agent says I shouldn't be in stuff with other housewives, or whatever the tea was, so that there wouldn't be any animosity between her, the big sis, little sis.
But who feels like they can't share the limelight?
Some people, but I'd rather you tell me than go to the folk on me.
Now, did you hear what Nene said at the end of the situation, the scenario? She said, besides, Portia is not even a star.
She's a Bravo celebrity.
She's a Bravo celebrity. Ooh, just when you thought you had made it big.
Ooh,
you're a Bravo celebrity.
Ooh, you're a Bravo celebrity. That cut
the
low.
shade was real.
The shade was real, and
she's a legend.
Yes, and
legendary.
Yeah, she can deliver the lines, honey. And sorry, Portia, but she ate your ass up with that.
She ate it
She
like applesauce. Slid right down, honey. Moving right along.
We're gonna talk about your show that you are the creator of.
It's your show. You like it. It's your show. Let's talk about Buffy show.
Let's talk about your show, Marriage to Medicine. Married to Medicine. Y'all know I miss it. I call it Marriage to Medicine. Down there to the Married to Medicine. We saw the...
Everybody ain't married.
And definitely ain't married to medicine. Many of them.
Sure ain't. At work or in their marriage and shit.
So I forced you to watch.
You did. I was bullied. I was bullied by Buffy. Buffy the bully.
Yes, I might have bullied you.
No, and don't like.
She didn't like it, but I don't care. All right, so we're going to get into the Married to Medicine reunion, the last episode. You think they could have done it in one, don't you? Instead of 3 parts.
Absolutely. It was a great question. Yes, they could have.
Fantastic question.
2, you know what? 2.
Just to give the girls the coin.
2. They could have done it in 2. Because the first one wasn't really.
It was trash. Okay, Mr. Apollo Nida just came out fresh from prison.
I actually thought that he was
good.
Apollo gave some eye candy. See, honey.
Yes.
Apollo. No, he ain't saving lives.
No, he ain't saving lives. He's kind of cute. Baby, when he came out, did you see the girl's eyes popping?
I did not. I seen mine's popping, but child, they can keep it, honey. But he still, he still ain't no MD, married to no doctor.
Not. Like, why
go with a doctor.
He's there
sleep with the head doctor, but shit, that ain't enough for me.
Say that again.
Sleep with the head doctor, but...
That's how she got on the show. She a head doctor.
But you know what? Apollo looked good.
Apollo looked great.
Yeah, he did.
And Andy was very happy. He don't want to hug me, but he got his ass up to hug Apollo.
Baby, he tiptoed. He
ran over there, tripped over everybody.
So, yes, for Apollo. We give him a check. He came. He brought eye candy.
He came through.
Yeah, he did.
I'm going to give Phaedra her flowers. Phaedra, checkmate, because you ain't do nothing all season, girl. But you did that by bringing Apollo to the reunion.
You did that.
We're going to give you that. So, the girls start talking, and they talk about Phaedra's relationship with Apollo, and they show the clip about the birthday party with the child. And Toya and her comment about, well, I thought even though he's in prison, she would have had her, or just out of prison, she would have had the children, the son's father at the birthday party. What did you think about that?
Was he locked? He wasn't locked up
No,
at the time.
I'm just being messy, child.
Just, Toya misses a motherfucker. Yeah, child, Toya, worry about your
Right.
whatever you is.
Right. So,
I'm still mad with you, Eugenia, so I don't have much to say on that. I'm giving them love and respect. I don't want us to look like bitter Bettys, but why she worry about her? Now that's the one. Bag. Ask me that question one more time.
What did you think about Toya getting all in Phaedra's business about Apollo?
I think Toya got what she goddamn wanted, baby. Seeing Apollo in the flesh next to Apollo, baby. Toya was itching for that. See, you got to think she don't look at Simone, Curtis long ass like that. She needed that eye candy. Toya, honey, she was hot in the legs. Yes, she was, baby. Apollo stepped on that stage.
And tore it down.
Toya was here for the shit.
Chest out.
Toya's with the shit.
Yes, with the shits.
Yeah.
So, Phaedra cleared Toya with that whole situation about don't worry about what's going on in my household.
As she should.
As she should have. So Phaedra was so funny when Andy's messy ass asked her, do you have a relationship with Apollo's new wife? And she was like, I do not. And he said, well, do you think you're going to have one? And she said, no, I will not. I was here for that situation.
I think I fast forwarded over there.
Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe. So let's get on to Cecil saying that Dr. G leveled up with Lateasha. I would agree.
Yes. I think Lateasha, from what I can see and what I've been hearing,
yes,
she is an amazing person.
Well, I think she's a sweet person. She's smart. She's a veteran. She served her country. She has a good government job, and she's giving the girls a run for their goddamn money.
People
and
love them good government jobs.
Honey.
You gave her extra points for having a good government job.
Yeah, honey, with them good benefits. I know
that's damn right. And she's a twin like him. I just think that is so unique.
I think it's adorable.
I think that's very ironic.
So sweet. And Cecil said that Dr. G looks super happy.
He does. He really does. And she seemed happy. Like just seeing her on TV, she just seemed like she loves him for who he is.
I did not care for Quad saying that she thinks that Sweet Tea is a good fit for Dr. G because she could be easily molded and manipulated.
I didn't think too much of it because, to be honest, when you get married, a lot of women feel, and for me, I don't mind being submissive to my husband, so it's no big deal. If they change words to play on words, even if she listens to her husband and do things his way, sometimes you have to do that. It goes back and forth. Sometimes you give and you take. I wouldn't even get caught up in that.
I didn't like it.
I didn't give a shit.
She got him. She got him. As a woman who's married to a man who's also, my husband's almost 10 years older than me, stop with that mess. And Miss Quad, you are younger than Dr. G as well. So what's all the shade for Sweet Tea all of a sudden about her age? Stop with that. It's very common. All right, let's get on to Hilton.
Cut it at the corner. You don't let it get to the door, Buffy. Buffy cuts it at the corner.
Correct. Let's get to Hilton Head, honey. And Simone messy ass scheduling this trip at Hilton Head, the site of right out of the DR. Curtis flying. What airline does he fly?
Spirit Airlines.
But he built it.
Episode the receipt room is sponsored by Spirit Airlines that Curtis flies and was never paid for. We'd like our coins. We're mentioning your name.
Spirit Airlines flying to the Dominican Republic.
I wish a bitch would.
Right. To build a said whatever he building.
He building what?
He building a family. Allegedly.
Sure.
All right. So let me ask you a question. Why they going to Hilton Head? Like, so I don't care. Why they going to Hilton Head? Why the girls don't go to Dubai? Because Heavenly gonna get arrested. Why they don't go to?
You got some tea. I feel like I need some receipts.
Because you have to have decorum. That's what I mean by that. But I'm just saying, why they taking the girls internationally like they do with them other shows?
Oh, so they didn't go international?
No, they took them to Hilton Head, South Carolina.
For the cash trip.
For the cash trip.
Say you promise to God.
Now, promise to God.
I thought that was the little small trip, when we went to Savannah.
No, that was the cash trip.
No, I didn't watch the whole time. So I watched all the ones you told me to watch. I swear to you, I did not know
They took 'em
that
all
their
the way.
cash trip.
They took them all the way to Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Baby, that means, you know what? I'm kind of happy about it. Because that means my boy James Knox said, scoop me my coins.
Oh, it was a budgetary.
It was probably within budget. I'm not saying, I don't know that. James didn't say that. But I think that was horrible to be 10 years in the game.
And you can't go to south of France, Ibiza.
Our kids don't even
more
do
places than them.
Yeah, Hilton Head. Maybe it was a golfing trip.
Well, Jackie was all up in her not happy and her holiness.
You do a different voice when you get to Jackie. That's your head voice.
Jackie was in all her of Nazareth holiness, upset that they were going to Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Well, I agree with Jackie for one.
Why? No, she wasn't mad because it was raggedy Hilton Head, South Carolina. That was the site.
That's
of
what it was
cheating
called
when he was on Spirit Airlines flying to win his girls from South Carolina. 7 years ago. That was 7 years ago, though.
One of them set that up.
They saying it was Simone. Allegedly. They were saying it was Simone.
I think I might be back in friends with Simone. She ain't so bad after all.
So they was very upset. They weren't going. The dentist said she wasn't going to go either because Jackie and Curtis were very upset and thought it was really wrong for them to do such a thing because that was the site of his cheating. So so they got to fighting, and then Jackie, her holiness, was telling the girls, it's so wrong and being accountable as friends and all this and that, and I just think you shouldn't have done this. This was the wrong place or whatever, and trying to hold people accountable. And Sweet Tea was like, accountability.
Yeah, Jackie and accountability doesn't go in the same sentence to me.
And Jackie said the following: I'm gonna get the baby girl in a little while. Baby, that season 7 Jackie is popping out, ain't she? The new girl, the mean girl.
Yeah, she trying.
She popping out. Jackie, be your authentic self. We would appreciate you being that girl that you are, the mean, evil, robotic woman that you are. Yeah. Be that. Yeah. Be the villain. Be that. Quit pretending to be an angel.
She definitely doesn't have empathy for anybody.
Honey.
At all.
So then the dentist is always speaking up. The dentist.
So when you say the dentist, because there's several dentists on there now, right? And they're like 3 different specialties.
Well, I say Dr. Alicia and Dr. Kima.
Okay.
When I refer to them, I don't say the other dentist's name.
Heavenly,
you can say her name if you would like, because she is Elaine, Dr. Elaine.
Oh, that's her name? Mm-hmm. Buffy got all the tea.
Dr. Elaine.
The receipt queen,
the
right?
receipt room, Dr. Elaine. Why doesn't Jackie speak up? Like, she's supposedly so articulate and educated. Why is Dr. Elaine always speaking up for Jackie?
Oh, I thought that, I think that she's asked her to. Or I don't know. I don't know the relationship with Heavenly and her. You threw me off with the Elaine shit. I had to think back like, what? No, seriously. I really feel like Jackie is the type of person that just would throw mud, throw a shoe. She'll throw somebody's grandmama to me and put it on somebody else. I just think that's the worst type of people that operate like that. I'm very transparent, but I think that's what her and Heavenly's. Forgive the traffic in McDonough, Georgia.
Because we are live, baby, popping.
And we are popping. That means the people in McDonough are popping. And back to what we were saying. So I believe that that's why they're close. Is Jackie wanted somebody to do the dirty work, to show their hands, and Simone wasn't willing to do that. Simone has a backbone.
Yes, she does.
And a voice, and she talks real loud.
Real loud.
And if she gonna use it, I guess she said, I'm gonna use it for my goddamn self and my own family. And I think Jackie used people, but that's my personal opinion.
So it's an arranged best friendship.
I think so. What does it work for?
Because I bet
it's been happening heavily too, though.
It does help. It helps the dentist. It does help the dentist. It's elevated her on the show. And honestly, the dentist, in my opinion, ain't that, she's smart. She knew to align herself with Jackie.
Well, let me give you a little background on her. I don't think she's the brightest, and when you talk to her, but she gives that off because she's very uncouth. Mm-hmm. But I think that there is something savvy about her.
Manipulation savvy.
I've heard stories about how she got her husband when they were in Nashville at Fisk. And And he even said it on the show. Like, she said she felt like she trapped him or whatever. And just the way she's done, I've met with her friends that said like they were losing their practices, and she made them give her their stuff. They didn't have any money, and instead of working out, some would like for little to nothing dollars, pennies on the dollars.
Oh gosh.
Quad and my sister Lake was there.
Receipts.
Yeah. So I just think that Heavenly is just shrewd. She's very shrewd.
Yeah.
And likes
That's
money.
better. Not smart, shrewd, and is
She's
about
shrewd.
her coin.
She's about her coin. But I'm scared of people that do anything for
just
a coin.
for a coin. I would agree.
Because there's going to always be more money.
And there's plenty of it out there.
Yeah.
So there was a big kerfuffle with Simone and the dentist, because Simone said that the dentist is causing problems with her relationship with Jackie by always getting in the middle and always butting in. Like, she was very upset about the situation where Quad felt that she needed to call the dentist instead of calling Jackie about when they were, saying that Quad apparently leaked the video, or I leaked the video, of Jackie saying black women cry wolf. I'm gonna say that as many times because that's what happened.
Yeah, Jackie, and say Jackie said.
Jackie said.
And you don't have to say allegedly on that one.
Okay. So let's see what else. Oh, there was a shade segment about everybody, whatever. Nobody can shade like you do. It was actually not giving much this episode to me. Was it to you?
No, but the part that I really thought was the most valuable part in the reunion for me was the situation that involved Jackie, Simone, and Heavenly. Mm-hmm. And I think it's so much depth there.
Yeah.
Or whatever, because you got to think Simone and Jackie have been friends for 20-something years. Dr. Jackie is on the show because Simone wanted her to be.
Ooh,
like, she came to me.
that.
Yeah, she said, Mariah, you got to have Dr. Jackie.
Ooh.
And
she
really
making
wanted
more coin
Jackie.
than everybody.
So I think so it's interesting to me to now see Jackie would allow Heavenly to be her voice.
Right.
Maybe that's why she's in the situation she's in.
Right, it was
because
Heavenly,
she's been listening to the wrong person. Because as much as I've had a fallout with Simone, I love her to death, but I don't think Jackie would be in this situation.
Yeah,
Had they still been Ace Boone Coons. Heavenly is for self.
Yeah, she is, because she still has that video up monetizing
On her page.
on her YouTube page.
And done trick Jackie into saying, well, don't take it out. I can't take it off my page. So look, Jackie said I can't take it off my page because it'll cause more more
Suspicion.
controversy.
Yeah, it'll
and
make it look like she's hiding something. No, it's not. The jig is up.
bad.
Everybody already knows, so you can take it down. Quit monetizing it. Show that you're a good friend and take it off your YouTube page.
Jackie, you better go and crawl back to Simone now.
So
Heavenly don't mean you're no good.
She doesn't. So now let's talk about Sweet Tea, the new girl on the block that they have bullied and mistreated.
You kind of like Sweet Tea.
I love her. She look like Toya. They look like twins almost. They so cute.
Really do look alike.
They favor. I just think she's a great addition to the show, and I'm proud of her for standing on her own.
I love that she stood her ground.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like she really stood her ground with Heavenly. I think she was up against a force with all of them. Nobody gave her a chance.
Right.
So I like her, and I'm rooting for her. But you just really love Sweet Tea.
I really love her. I
do.
really would love to, have her say of what happened during the season.
Well, what do you think? Does she have much to say?
She has a lot to say.
She's not like Alicia, I see.
No, she can talk. She's got her own opinion, her own
voice.
And they recently, the dentist was recently shading her and saying that she thinks the dentist the menace thing that is out, that she said, the shade that Sweet Tea said to the dentist, that she thinks you came up with that because you're more clever. Can you set the record straight on that?
On what? I said so. Wait a minute, hold on. They
said you came up with dentist the menace, which is not true, y'all. Sweet Tea came up with that on her own. Again, just trying to malign people's character and act like people can't shade folk. And now the dentist got T-shirts made up. I really hope Sweet Tea gonna get that trademark so she can sue her for trademark infringement.
Damn.
They said you came up with it, child.
Don't they know by now that I give my own shade? It's directly from me, and it would be by the Mariah.
Right, because we don't do what y'all do. We don't hide our hands.
Yeah.
We show y'all
I told you
hands.
I throw mud.
Throw it, show you the mud.
Elbow
be
be
in your face.
dusty after I throw it.
So, I would love for her to, just be able to, speak her piece, because I really don't feel that. I think they shut her down at the reunion. I think there was a lot of stuff that happened behind the scenes that they didn't let her say her piece.
I could see that. We know how that is.
We definitely know how.
Do you talk to her a lot?
I do.
You always talk about Sweet
I
Tea.
like her a lot. I really would love for y'all to meet and talk and, hear her
I'm
side.
open to meeting her.
You
I
are?
love. Yes, I'm
really
open
are?
to meeting her, and I'm looking forward to it because you said.
Yeah.
Because you said.
And I'm a good judge of character.
Turn on me now.
She ain't
It's
gonna
your
turn
fault.
on you. No, she's not gonna turn on
Well,
you.
we got to set something up and.
Okay, well, I have a surprise for you.
Girl,
Hold on
stop
one
playing.
second.
Oh, you joking?
Excuse me.
Oh, you joking? You playing?
Give me one moment.
Oh, you finna go get her on the line. Hold the line. Sweet Tea is hold the line.
Surprise, surprise! Here is my good girlfriend, Lateasha Lunsford. Thank you for your service. I'm gonna first say that.
Hold on 1 second. Buffy, Buffy
sorry.
gets excited.
I do.
She loves
Mariah,
you.
I'm sorry I didn't introduce
But
y'all.
I need a proper introduction.
you all have never met.
When Buffy get excited, her voice get high like Simone's.
Okay.
So, welcome.
Thank you,
Welcome to
Mariah.
the receipt room. There's your
Yes.
proper introduction. I'm so sorry.
Ooh, I like the name, receipt room.
The receipts, baby. You're my receipt today. Did you know that? How gorgeous and beautiful you are.
She's your receipt.
She's my receipt today, darling, for all the shit I've been talking. So I would like to formally introduce you to the creator of the show that you're currently on and executive producer, the Mariah Huck.
Thank
Finally,
you.
nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.
I just want you to know I slid in your DMs.
Oh,
Just said
you
thank
slid in
you
my
for the opportunity. Yeah, I did.
I want you to know I'm so proud of you. I am. I
Thank
think you
you.
held your own, and it's good to finally be able to put a name with a face. But can I call you Sweet Tea? I don't know who gave you that name. What is the history
Yeah,
with
what's with
Sweet
Sweet
Tea?
Tea?
Okay, so my Instagram name was Sweet Tea in the beginning in college. And when I met Gregory, we met through the DMs. So he had been calling me Sweet Tea.
So you call him Gregory.
I call him Gregory.
But doesn't he have a twin brother named?
Greg.
Right. And so get his name right, people. His name is Dr. Gregory, not Dr. Greg.
So we can't call him Dr. G? That's
You
Dr.
can, you,
G.
can, you can call him Dr. G. He's fine with that, but Greg is a different person.
Okay.
It's crazy that
Okay.
people have known him for 10 years and they be calling him Dr. Greg. That's
I
just
know,
my...
it is crazy.
Gregory, Dr. G, shit, it's all in the same family. I'm sorry.
He want to be
know.
known as Dr. Gregory. Say his name right. Anyway, go ahead.
So Sweet Tea was a name that I made up on Instagram. That was my Instagram name. And Gregory, he started calling me that once I started going on the show and all that. And he was just, that was a nickname because we met in the DMs. And, because I work for the government, I wanted a way to separate my name, Lateasha, from actually being on TV, Sweet Tea.
What kind of job for the government?
I'm a program coordinator. I work in FOIA, Freedom Information Act Management. So,
Security clearances.
yes, I have security clearance.
Sure it was
Since the children like to say she ain't got no damn job with security clearances.
this lady
and she served her country.
Hey, Sweet Tea, do tell.
So yes, I felt like the way they depict me on the show, they didn't really expand more on my profession and the things that I've done in life. Like I used to be in the Air Force. I was in the Air Force Reserve. I went on active duty. I was a pharmacy tech, and then I went.
So you
and
had real jobs and they never showed it.
Correct.
Who would have thunk it?
Imagine that. Wow. Okay. So tell us more.
So,
familiar.
I was in the Air Force Reserves and as a pharmacy tech, and I went on active duty. They had these volunteer assignments in the Air Force, so I volunteered to go active duty, and I was a program coordinator, and I was also a FOIA analyst, and I got in the Freedom Information Act. So while I was on active duty, I was cleaning at night. I worked for the National Security Agency, and I cleaned at night to upgrade my clearance because I only had a secret clearance, and then I upgraded to top secret.
Secret. You were upgraded.
Upgraded to top secret. Yes, and then I moved to from Texas. I moved from DC to Texas. From Texas to DC. I ended up working for the intelligence community, and it's a job that I really enjoyed until I was living my best life, and then I met my husband on the DMs, and I ended up moving.
You met him on the DMs.
Yes,
I slid in on.
But listen, you said the DM's kind of like the DR. The DR. Hold on a minute. The DR is Dominican Republic. You said the DM.
What's the DMs?
Is that another set of islands we don't know about?
The DR also stands for deep riding that thing. That's what you know what the men go out there
Did you
for.
meet him?
We know what the men go out there for.
Did you meet him? Or did he meet you? Or did you introduce yourself to him in the DM?
Okay, I slid in his DMs and I said I can give you what you want. I slid.
What was that elevator pitch like on that?
Well, I didn't send a picture. I just sent a message and just say, hey, I can give you what you want. I was a catchphrase just to get attention getter. So I slid in his DMs and said, I can give you what you want. He said, you don't even live here, because he lived in Georgia. I lived in DC. And I said, I'm only a flight away. So we started texting. Texting turned into FaceTime calls, and then the rest is history. I ended up
Baby, let me tell
going
you
out there
something.
and
Whatever you slid in and said, she sealed the deal.
I got the ring.
MRSMD, yes ma'am. Yes,
How long did it take from the time you slid in the DMs? How long did it take for you guys to
move? I would say it was about 2 years.
be a power couple?
I would say 2 years. We dated, and then I was younger than Gregory. I'm 23 years younger than he is, and he had to take some time to figure out what was it he wanted.
My age. Yeah, baby.
Why you gotta make people feel old?
I'm not here to make anybody feel uncomfortable. I just
23 years younger?
All that young skin, honey.
yes. But you know what? I've always had an old soul.
Me
you
too.
know.
I say that all the time.
Yeah, and then I feel like the men my age, I feel that they're looking for someone to hold their hand, and they're not looking to provide and all that. And I have very traditional values.
Do you think being in the military helped you have some type of foundation in the sense of discipline? Like that makes you look like you ready to go.
I would say yes to that. In the military, it taught me a lot, and I appreciate the small things. Growing up, I saw my mom. She worked very hard. She held down multiple jobs, went to school. I saw my mom graduate from college. And, whenever I got into the military, I wanted some more structure in my life. And also I wanted something to help me throughout school. So I would say it was a great experience. I love serving my country. I love serving people. I'm all about volunteering and philanthropy. Like, that's just my passion. And I felt like taking that route into the military was like the best thing for me to do, to serve my country and my people. So I enjoyed that. Those little girls look at you and be like, thank you for your service.
I have so many questions, but I know Buffy is gonna make it seem like I'm trying to be a journalist.
She is being. She's giving journalism vibes right now. I'm trying to get to the mess.
To me, it's interesting.
I'm trying to get to the mess.
You're a twin. He's a twin. I don't want to just talk about them old messy bitches.
Well, I do, because I'm aggrieved. I'm aggrieved.
But I know why we're here.
So
how was your experience with Married to Madison?
Tell us about the reunion first, and what you felt they cut out or edited or whatever.
You weren't reunited with them people. They never came in touch with you, honey.
Tell us what you wanted to convey in the reunion that maybe didn't come through.
I just wish they showed a little bit more what happens on social media, especially in my generation.
Why social media?
Because once we wrapped up the reunion, there was so much that went down on social media with the dentist, because I don't like this, Elaine. I didn't want to say her name and all that, because I got some things going on with her right now that I'm trying to get resolved.
Allegedly.
I had a lot of things.
We do this. We say
I had a lot of things with that thing too. So okay, give me more with that thing.
Yang.
She had them with me.
Yeah. So she went online and dragged me for my endometriosis, and you would think amongst doctors I'd be able to share that comfortably. I was. I'm sorry.
I mean, you still.
Yes, I was her patient. So was my husband.
Buffy, you trying to skew the lines. Don't listen to her. You were her patient, not for endometriosis.
But you were her patient, and she took an oath to do no damn
harm. Correct. But during the reunion, I did mention that you read the Hippocratic Oath. Just like I rose my right hand to protect and defend this country, you rose your right hand to protect your patients and all that, and do no harm by them. So I had brought that up at the reunion because she was pretending as if she did not know what I was talking about. Like, what did I do? And what did I say about your condition, your endometriosis? And she's like, I was asked about it. I'm like, no, you went on for months dragging me about my health condition, called me slow, called me retarded, called me all these names, and also dragged my husband and said that I lied about my condition. It's just ridiculous, you know, and said that I come from nothing, my family comes from nothing, small town, and you don't know anything about me. And I felt like, you know, it was a dragging tour since the show had aired. She had been dragging me. And, you know, when we wrapped up, everything was fine. So there's nothing that happened. Like, I remember.
You said when we wrapped up, everything was fine. What does that mean?
When we wrapped up the show. And that was back in June of last year.
But so when you wrapped up, you and her were more on.
We were cool.
Copacetic?
Yeah, we were copacetic. We were cool. It wasn't until maybe right around BravoCon when she started going on interviews, and she started making comments about my husband, saying that he was, you know, abusive, and I didn't like that. I felt like that was very disrespectful because she was like, well, I know what happened in their previous relationship. I was at their wedding. That has nothing to do with anything. Just because you're at someone's wedding, you don't know what goes on between in their household and those four walls. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we had a conversation over the phone, and I was just like, you know, you need to mind the business that basically pays your ass. Correct. And you need to, you know, to just lay off because this is my relationship, you know, and once we went to BravoCon and they posted my house tour. Mm-hmm. And of course, you guys know I live in the home that Gregory previously shared with his ex-wife. And I think that it's a smart thing that we done.
How do you feel about that? Like, I want to ask you that.
So
like,
it doesn't really bother me, honestly. I wasn't there.
You say it's a history to any building you go in. Unless you build from the ground up, there's history, even on the ground. There's history to every place you go. So you felt like...
I felt like I had no feelings about being in the home. I met Gregory in the home while he was alone.
This is probably one of the few things I might disagree with y'all. I don't know how I would feel about that. I would tell my guy I'm dating or I'm engaged to, you know what? Yes, babe, I'll come and move there. But if I got there and felt like, well, it smelled like a bitch, or I don't know. I'm telling, or the neighbors start calling me her name. I don't know how so I'm asking you.
I was welcomed by the neighborhood, like my neighbors. They were like,
you live in a historical place in Atlanta where most people that live there have longevity. And that's good.
All I care about is if the mattress is different. And since she carried the mattress away, you got a new mattress. I saw that mattress.
So we know she'll do them in the attic with no mattress.
Yeah, baby, I'm just telling you right now, long as I ain't sleeping on the same mattress the former bill was sleeping on, I don't care. It's my house
I don't know how
I thought y'all knew she took the mattress.
That's what I said. She took the mattress. So you good. It's your house.
She took the mattress?
It's your house. She took his sleep number. I remember him saying that.
But you know what? I have no history in the house. I wasn't there. I met Gregory while he was in the house alone, and we've been together for almost 4 years now. So it's like, I don't have no feeling.
Keep your equity in your house and keep it popping, girl.
But listen, we're going to get some investment properties in different locations.
You ain't got to tell nobody what you finna do.
We about to here.
Yeah, don't tell them.
If you could do something differently on Married to Medicine, or if you could change one thing, what would it be? Because I know this was the TV, I'm assuming the TV thing was new for you, right? Mm-hmm. And people, let me tell you this. You have a group of people that absolutely love you mm-hmm. and that are rooting for you. Mm-hmm. Even with these ladies going almost a decade into this, people want to see you win.
You're relatable.
So if this is an opportunity for you to say, you know what, I did this, you know, or not saying what you did, but just in hindsight, is there anything you would have changed while doing the show or do differently? I
pondered on that for a while, but honestly, I think that I would keep everything the same. You know, I've learned so much about people, and not everybody has your best interest.
So you would still talk to Hellish and know?
I had to get to know her. and she showed me who she was.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes,
And I give everybody a fair chance.
Yes,
I give everybody a
Give
fair
them the rope
chance.
to let them hang themselves.
And when they do, you know better.
Yeah, you know better, you do better.
God darn
And you don't allow them in your space.
Yes, ma'am.
She's blocked on my phone. So
And we'll stay. But at the reunion I heard, she said, when Andy said, is there hope for the two of you? You were like, she was like, there's always hope. And you were like, no, I don't think so. And I was like, yes, T.
Yeah. I don't think so, because it's like I don't know if you guys seen the things that she said online about my husband lately.
No.
Yeah.
Out of line.
It's out of line. Like, how can I? She said that my vaginal walls were falling apart, and I called her bleeding out on the floor, and it's so disgusting and nasty. And then for her to be a dentist and somewhat of a doctor, you like to say that you're a doctor.
Doctor of dentistry.
A doctor of dentistry. You should know that allow people to tell their own story. You don't know. You can't say, oh, she should have went to the doctor and she had good health care and all that. Just like Jackie said, it takes 10 years to properly diagnose someone with endometriosis. So you can't say that. And I just think that's disgusting to go that far for a storyline or for clicks and views and have people click on your YouTube just for super chats. Like I told her, she's strange for super chat change.
Who came up with Dentist the Menace?
I came up with that.
Period.
Because I just remind me of that little white boy with the teeth.
That's how they're tying us. That's
Oh,
why
they said you said that, but this the first time y'all meeting.
ever meeting and talking.
It doesn't take rocket science to come up with that. She had like you gotta go to school to come up with that. It's like Dennis the Menace. It just flowed, and she's wearing the T-shirt. She can thank me for that. She can thank me. Because you can't read nobody, you couldn't come up with anything more clever than that.
Correct.
Well, she'll start saying your mama if she run out of lines. She goes. Yeah, I'm just saying she'll go to, she'll say whatever she needs to say. Well, I'll tell you this. I've known your husband for a while, and he has always, you can't speak for somebody, beyond what you see. But I believe, to me, people say that. But I believe you can judge people based on their character, their moral compass, and I can't say anything negative about your husband that I've seen. He's always been a nice dude. He's always been a nice guy. He really has. Dr. G he's never did anything towards me or my family, and he's always been cool. He was kind of corny, like Aiden a little bit, so I always liked him.
I love him, but he is a little corny. He is. I tell her. We need to. I love nerds. I love nerds. They are.
Yes, smart is the new cute.
Okay. I agree.
They ain't, but I'm just telling you.
I will say that.
SAT scores.
Okay.
He's always been a nice guy, and I really hope y'all. I want to see you to the finish line. Anything I can do to help. I know they think we were talking. I would never do that. And the reason is because I know how much disdain it is for me amongst that group. Mm-hmm. She don't give a damn.
I don't give a damn.
I'm
going to call you and tell you, burn that bitch to the ground, honey.
She say burn her whole.
Burn that bitch to the ground. I was like, Mariah, give her them damn receipts on that damn dentist.
Okay, is that why you came for the receipt?
Hell yeah.
Okay, tell me.
I want the receipts.
You want the receipt?
I'm agreed,
So you
honey.
came in my building, on my set,
Because we want the damn receipts, Mariah, goddamn it.
Oh, you want them too?
Look, listen, I want you to show me the walk you did when you said you had the receipt so I can
Loan her the outfit. You need to loan her the leather outfit too.
It came off Amazon.
You need to loan her the leather outfit too, baby.
Latex. So let me tell y'all this. The receipts thing is so everybody love it. Receipts has been a national sensation.
Yes.
But for me, it was I said this before, it was a defining moment. I could have went in the gutter with this is the same, and I want y'all to know, y'all don't know
She's
and
a
I mean
Libra.
it.
She's so nice.
I can't. I don't care for her. I liked
nice.
Heavenly coming into this. I handpicked her. Toya said,
Say
"Hey, I
that
know
shit
somebody."
again. Yes, you handpicked her.
Well, maybe I'm exaggerating. Okay, not handpicked her. I handpicked her after she was presented to me by Toya.
Well, it's your show. That's what you
Like
do.
other people. But I thought, and they didn't like her. Let me be very clear. So thus, She was not, I think, need you to understand. Heavenly
She didn't
was
fit
not
in.
on the first season of Married to Medicine because none of the producers outside of me liked her. Let me tell you how much I advocated for her, and they lie. They said she didn't have a TV. They didn't want her. She didn't fit. I was offended. I was offended with white guys from
Period.
Hollywood saying that. I looked at her and I said, "You gonna get this. This is your role." I swear to God. See the when I said she gonna lie. Introduced her to the trainer, Jay. Shout out to Jay.
And the plastic
She go to
surgeon.
Heat. Wait a minute. and introduced her to a wardrobe stylist, Brian, my little cousin, and made sure she got it. Sparkle came through with the hair and makeup. Everybody really wanted to, this is what I said, she's a hard worker. She pushed through, and she became what they needed her to be honest with you. Not what she was enough for me already. So just know that. So
Okay, so you basically were the blueprint for the Dr. Hellish University, as in Build a Bitch University.
Call it what you want. Well, she didn't follow my blueprint. Maybe that's the.
Well, I know yours can never be done.
Yeah, I feel like she did. I think she still feels a certain kind of way because of the way they did her initially.
Which is
I didn't
wrong.
like it.
Which is
Yeah. What's wrong?
But
What's
look,
wrong?
and check this. So Simone or Jackie or any of them weren't her friends first season. Like you look at first season, she was at she was at my events. She was there because I wanted her to be. And I thought, let me tell you why. I thought she was a wild card. Not that I thought she was a great character or a bad character or anything like that. She was a wild card. I see something in you. And I ain't comparing you to Heavenly. I saw something in Quad. This is your role, honey. This is your time.
Yes, ma'am.
Take it and you better own it.
Yep.
You own it. Your husband loves you. He has your back. And listen, we all fall short initially. And when you come, you got to see yourself on TV.
Right.
But don't let anybody make you feel like
Correct.
you do not belong. And if you don't belong, maybe you're doing something right. That's true. Maybe you're doing something right. I was iced out my own shit. Listen to me, for having character and a moral compass. And keep that. Keep what makes you special. It's not about money. Show your life.
Get your money though.
Of course. That goes without saying. But I appreciate you coming here, Buffy.
I adore you.
She does. She's been checking in on me. Buffy really has been.
Because I know how it is to be feeling like you're alone. Because this one was trying to protect me and not be close to me.
Yeah.
Even though we connected immediately. Because she knew the minute they found out we were good friends, they were going to ice me out. And so I understand what it's like to be alone and have 7 broads coming for you left and right.
It's hard.
It's hard.
So
It's
imagine
hard.
having 7 Broads, a production company,
And a
the biggest
network.
network in the world.
Can't
anyway,
imagine.
I don't want to know my story, but anyway,
Can't imagine.
you can do this.
You got this. Don't let the comments, don't let them girls on the show fool you. You were the season, darling. Okay? Because what else the hell was going on?
It's made me stronger, I will say. It's made me stronger.
Yeah. Now, if there's something you want to get off your chest, we want to afford you this opportunity to do it now.
I will say, I just hope coming into next season, if I sign my contract, because I ain't signed nothing yet,
You gonna sign?
I want them to display me in a better light and just, expand more on who I am and what I do. I want them to do that, and all about my volunteer work, the things that I want to do with my husband's practice. I just want to show me in a better light, and also I want his ex-wife to know that I didn't come on the show to bash her, try to prove anything wrong. And it's just, I remember seeing her on Watch What Happens Live, and she said that I was easily influenced. And I want her to know she doesn't need to be easily influenced by the dentist. I've been nothing but nice to her. We don't need to do this. We don't need to go down that
You're
route.
coming into this, you owe nobody an explanation. Right. So just be yourself.
Be you. Keep being you,
just-
T.
You
Keep
can't
being
go
you.
wrong with that. You
Keep
can't
being
go
you.
wrong with being your authentic self.
Right.
Nobody can duplicate that.
The audience wants real. We don't want a whole cast of people trying to be Jackie. Right. And that's what the hell they all morphing in, and it's boring. Be you.
That's all I can be. I ain't no actress.
Okay.
But if you get an actress roles presented to you, then you gonna take it.
I'll try it out. But I just want everybody to know, I come in being myself, and I come off as, sometimes I might be a little rough around the edges. I may be quiet at
You're not
times.
rough around the edges. You're not. Don't let them make you feel like that.
Yeah.
You're
Be
not.
your author. You've done nothing wrong.
You haven't. And you have held your own.
You have, honey. We're proud
For
of
real.
you.
I know how it is to be on your own, honey.
Proud. We're
Yeah.
proud of you.
I just want they want to mess with me. I just know I'm ready to
God got you.
stay clear and check these bitches.
Yes. You better come through checking bitches.
And
like
you came
clear.
up with that yourself. Ain't nobody come up with that for you.
Yeah,
That's right.
You don't need we got your back,
We
but
do.
you don't need us.
You
You,
don't need
got
us.
this.
Thank you guys so much.
We just want to be here for you if you need to vent. We know how hard it is. But the viewers they need fresh faces, fresh
They do.
life
They do.
storyline, and like them making fun of you and saying all that mess about you saying you got access to the money. Shit, we got access to our husband's money too. And what the hell? Right, every wife got access
You're
to the
one.
money. That ain't no big deal.
You're one unit.
Right. So
Well,
like
the Bible
don't
say that.
they let white girls do it. Why black girls can't?
don't
We
you
can live
start.
I can start, honey.
Don't you
I'm
start.
married to a white man, so I
We
can
are
say whatever
not
the hell
going
I
into
wanna
race
say.
wars, Buffy.
White women go to college to get an MRS&D. Why the hell black women can't do it? Why we can't
White
live a
women
soft
do it
life?
in middle school.
They do it at their mamas
Train
teach
them
them.
up from middle
So why
school.
we can't do it too? So you don't let them say nothing to you about that.
No, because our parents let us know we had to have something on.
Well,
our
you
own.
have your own. You have your own.
And
You
that's
do.
okay.
You do have your own, but you can also
Yeah, you can
revel
clearly
in the
tell
fact
you're
that your
educated
husband
woman.
got stuff you can spend too.
That's right.
Period. Ain't nothing wrong
Where's
with
that? Where's
You know
that?
what? You're going, but you're there to multiply. He makes it.
You correct. We're here to
know how to
multiply
make
it. Yes. Yes. He's supposed to trust in his wife.
He does. He does. You wouldn't have 50 lamb cameras around you if he didn't trust in you.
Period.
Yeah,
He
carry
wouldn't
his
sign up for this
name.
mess again, right? He wouldn't.
Having a person's last name, we take that for granted, but it's a legacy. Yeah, that came before you, and hopefully it'll stay after you
It will.
and with you. You know
It
what I
will.
mean?
And that's what I want to do on the show. I want to leave my legacy. I'm all about like volunteering and stuff like that. I want to start a foundation called No Mo, and that's network and outreach movement and organization. And I want to give back to homeless. I want to give back to veterans, and I want to help my husband with his practice and give back to, people with mental health that struggle with that. I have so many ideas that I want to do.
Don't be
And
afraid to express those and stay true to yourself and what you want to do.
That's why they worried. You got endless storylines.
Yeah, you do.
You actually got stuff going on in your
Everything I
life.
want to do, and I'm going to do it. Everything that I have asked God for, I've gotten.
And we want to see you and Dr. G. We want to see y'all make it. We want to see y'all as a couple go through ups, downs.
Yep.
Because marriage is peaks and valleys. It ain't all good.
Right.
And being married to a doctor does have a lot of sacrifices.
Don't
When
we have
he-
those conversations?
Yeah, so we want to see you on both ends of it and see how you're able to, maneuver.
Navigate.
I do, you know what I mean? And I think the people do too. I just hope to see you just wage this thing out and make it to the finish line, because I think you can. I'm happy. I'm so happy to meet you. Yeah, and I hope you keep pushing through. Yeah. But this one, honey, act like she act like y'all was cousins.
We are cousins. I'll fight about sweet
Yeah.
tea. Well, we thank you so much for joining us on the receipt room, honey. She's my first receipt I'm presenting on the receipt room, and isn't it a lovely packaged receipt?
Stand up one time for him, honey. That's the receipt.
But this is the type of receipts that I provide.
I think you were cute and young and fly and had a good
smart.
foundation and smart, all of that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hell, honey, you let them keep
They
coming for
worried.
you. If they weren't hating, I'd be worried.
Yeah.
Sitting.
All right, well, y'all, that's our first episode of the receipt room.
That's all we
my
got.
Mariah.
But I think that was plenty.
We did that, and thank you so much again, Lateasha Lunsford, MRSMD, for coming on. She said, don't call her Sweet Tea. Her name is Lateasha Lunsford.
So Mrs. Lunsford.
Mrs. Lunsford.
The Mrs. Lunsford. Yes.
But the sweet tea was so cute.
That's fine. We coming out with a sweet tea.
Shit, man.
We gonna have some.
We are coming out with a sweet tea herbal herbal tea, medicinal tea, and it was called Sweet Tea and Co.
It's coming out. Okay.
Yes, we do.
I need the tea for your stomach to help you good.
We gonna have that too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, come out with that for my with MRSMD.
flat
And then
tummy
I'm gonna talk about you. No, her own. But I'm gonna talk about you now that I know you're a pharmacy tech because I need you with my MRSMD weight loss.
Okay.
All right, thank y'all so much. Welcome to see y'all next week.
We thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. You guys.
Cheers to our first episode.
Cheers.
Where's
Where your drink? Where your drink?
We messed up. We didn't bring a Steve. Where's the drink?
Where's Stefan?
We need that before the credits start running.
Stefan?
Damn. Well, cheers to your first successful season of Married to Medicine.
Thank you so much.
You had them bitches crawling, honey. They was upset.
They real bothered. Good job.